It's Week 16 of the 2025 season, and front and center is Sam Laporta. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
They're hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Up the middle, Jones.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the young rookie out of Notre Dame.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. And look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Baker dancing to his left. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Baker from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
To the air with McCarthy.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
7th play in the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. In motion goes the tight end.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here's McCarthy.
Being chased out left. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 16. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy.
He's got a man. That's Marshall.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal from the 6. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chauncey Golston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. Baker had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Looking to throw. Baker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. An inside give to Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Looking to throw McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. McCarthy operating from the gun.
That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's over the middle. He finds Naylor. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson
With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense have their quarterback ready to go once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down. Off play action. Baker. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. A big play there for Detroit. 59 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Baker. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And a 9-yard run on the end of it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And this is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Back to throw. McCarthy. He's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Baker now throwing to start the drive.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. Wright's got it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Operating from the gun, Baker.
Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville,
where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Joe Burrow, over 300 yards passing in the victory, with a couple of touchdown passes as well. From there, it's a short trip in the Sunshine State down to Miami, as the Dolphins are at home as well. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year.
finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Desmond Ridder strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Baker. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Baker. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thornton. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
2nd and 6.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
That's complete yet again to Thornton. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Baker. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described, Big-time arm right there. And let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Well, now how about this return?
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. This will be caught by Brown.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second down and inches. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get it inside the 35. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, a short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Baker from the gun. He'll throw. Complete to right. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Baker. And this one's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Baker.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will tie things at 17 all.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recruit with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
To the air with McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, 4th quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Now McCarthy.
He's got it. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
On play action, McCarthy.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here's McCarthy.
Oh, no, lost gets the football.
And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Rodgers on the return. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
To throw is Baker. Throwing to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver.
You got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. Totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here comes the Lions punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's 1st and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That one complete to Naylor. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Look at the big man rumble. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
And that's caught by Williams.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll look to throw.
He's got right on the short throw.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He's back to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Minnesota, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit.